Hello, hello, hello there, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. Well, on this cold January evening, while I'm sitting here and kind of just looking through my Burpee catalog that just came out, I am intrigued at this tomato that is just so huge here. Bigger, bolder, saucier. And I thought about my time last year when I had planted my big boy tomatoes and my early girl tomatoes, and I was just looking forward to getting them and just harvesting them, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen because I messed up. I planted them in a shady location and they just did not show up. Well, I have now my wonderful journal that I've put together here, and I'm going to use this to help me document what I am doing in the garden. And I'm just looking at this, the intentional journal. I'm looking at my journal to help me to think about, well, what do I want for my garden for 2022, especially in terms of the vegetables. Because I did have some really great success, but then, of course, I had those moments, especially with the tomatoes. Well, this Burpee catalog is giving me a lot of inspiration. And I see here the different melons and cucumbers and peppers and things. And of course, I enjoyed growing okra in the garden. So how can I make this happen? So come with me as I go through and I walk down memory lane and think about my garden and what I grew in terms of vegetables. Now, I know that I loved my kale, and I started the kale from seed, my curly kale, actually from the Dollar Tree seeds that I had gotten. And they did very, very well. For me, seed starting starts more in April and lasts all the way through into May, because that's when I can now watch them develop and then take them directly and out into the garden and plant them in the ground. And it's pretty good, you know, because I have my little greenhouse which works quite well on the deck, and that was a good thing. And I think I'm going to do that again next year. But in the meantime, I can dream by looking at the different catalogs, and also by now thinking about, well, what am I going to do, by looking at my journal and using it as a guide to dream. And so I'm going to start really by first and foremost identifying whose journal this is. And I'm going to put my name on the journal. Dreaming and planning. What's going to happen to my garden? What am I going to put in my new garden for this new growing season? Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. I have been out harvesting my vegetables, and especially these peppers. These are banana peppers, sweet peppers, and they are ready to be harvested. I actually missed some in which they were kind of ready to become spoiled, so I'm so glad I cut these. Then also I was able to harvest 3 beautiful strawberries from my strawberry plants, a wonderful pickling cucumber, loads of grape tomatoes, and sweet 100s. These are absolutely delicious. And then I was able to harvest my curly kale, in which I'm going to saute with salt and pepper and butter and eat it with some baked chicken that I am going to be cooking in the oven with the peppers and the tomatoes and onions. And then I gathered some beautiful marigolds here just to put on my deck as display, just so that I can look out the kitchen window and see them. And also I need to share with you that my husband picked up these mums. The mums are out, so that's telling me that fall is right around the corner. So I've been gathering, I've been harvesting, and this is a lot of joy right here. I know I'm going to be able to eat well today, and it's so satisfying to be able to go into your own garden and use that as your grocery store to pick up fresh produce. You can't get anything better than that. Look at all of this beautiful curly kale, looking so healthy and fresh. And it rained just about a couple of hours ago, so everything has been washed and cleansed, and just looking so beautiful and delicious. So I just wanted to share with you my harvest for today on this beautiful Friday in the month of August. Thank you so much for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. And I am looking forward to a lot of great things happening with you and me, and how we're going to just have the best time ever in our gardens. So it's over here that I've been really growing those squash. But before I do that, I just wanted you to see my fig tree. And I have been eating these figs. They have been ripening up, which is a good thing, and getting larger. So I just wanted to share this with you. You see this one here? It's kind of small, but they've been ripening up and just delicious. So here, of course, is the garden, the herb garden there, and then up here, and these patty pan squash have just been trailing through here. Now this is a large one. I need to harvest this one because they say that it's much more tender when you harvest them small, but that one's there, it's growing, and I've harvested quite a few of them already, but I have that one to harvest. I'm going to harvest that, and then I have a few in here that I've harvested, but you can see that the leaves are dying back, so soon I'll have to take them out, but they have really been growing well. Now at the beginning of fall, it is the time to start gathering and harvesting my pumpkins, the rest of the zucchini, and other winter squash. Specifically, I have been going out and gathering my patty pan squash, which is just so beautiful here and provides such a festive appearance on my dining room table. So come with me as I prepare a meal with the patty pan squash, which is supposed to be extremely nutritious and also delicious. Over here, oh, by the way, here is the jewel garden, and I need to water these, but they have been doing so well, and I'm surprised that these are kind of fading because it's been raining off and on, so it's not like if they're not getting watered, but it is so beautiful. Isn't this beautiful? This is celoceus. I think that's how you pronounce it, but they are beautiful. And everything is just kind of waning, but yet looking beautiful. I love this. This is my hydrangea, and it's a quick fire, and it's from Proven Winners, and it looks good. Look at how it is growing so nicely here. And I love how it then ends up looking like that. It's so beautiful. And then this is a autumn sedum joy, which I planted there, and these that I put here as well, the zinnias. But what I wanted, I am so distracted. Yeah, so here are the patty pan squash, and they are just growing here. They're all over and developing. If I continue to look here, I can see them. So I really need to go in and just harvest. And the squash is just trailing up there. It's a nice thing. So I know that I'll get a couple of more. Look at one right there. And different sizes. I also see a pumpkin. Oh my goodness, there's a pumpkin. I have a lot of pumpkins to harvest, winter squash as well as butternut squash right from this area in this garden space. section, here, I had planted a lot of the butternut squash, and they are vining. It's vining and trailing, and you can see them here. Just beautiful. And then I have some here, and it's just trailing through. There's one right in there that I'm gonna have to harvest soon. And they've just been trailing through and growing. Over here has been over this area I had the corn, and I'm gonna let that corn go to seed so that I'll have seed for next year. My tomatoes been delicious, and everything's just doing well here. It's harvest time. Well, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Have you been looking at some old pictures of your garden and deciding, well, what you want to see and have for next year? Are you dreaming? Are you thinking? Are you looking through the catalogs? What are you doing to start to get yourself ready to plan for your 2022 garden? The other thing that I've been doing is watching a lot of videos of other people's gardens too, and that has really inspired me to start thinking about, well, what do I want to do differently? What do I want to see happening in Catherine's garden and home? I am so happy about receiving my catalogs, and yes, I am going to be exploring and looking and thinking and dreaming, and even visiting some of the big box stores to see if I can get some of these seeds there. And also check out the Dollar Tree, because I stopped in there and they're starting to stock their gardening supplies. So it's on. Yes, this gardening season is on. It has begun, and I am so excited about that. Well, see you next time right here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Yeah, and see you on Wednesdays as we come together to have our little live gardening chat and learn from one another as we explore our gardens and move forward in this wonderful, wonderful time of the season of growth and joy. Yeah, and you know that I love my garden. My garden is my therapy. So thank you so much for being a part of Catherine's Garden and Home. And see you next time right here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Bye. Catherine's Garden and Home. Bye. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.